I might have had their criticisms of Jing, but he's been fantastic in the last couple of series for me in particular.
But of course, this was an entirely different roster for T1. This was not the Masters Bangkok Champions roster of T1.
The thing that I guess in this whole record, the one win for T1 is the one that you hang your hat on because that's kickoff.
Yeah, that was just a few weeks ago.
Very close. That was a little bit longer than a few weeks ago.
Time moves differently when you're just yesterday. What are you talking about?
I mean, it was one of the earlier games in kickoff, and T1's great.
One stat I really want to highlight here is the first kill win percentage. We see PRX actually edging out T1 in this stat, and PRX have a reputation for throwing mid-round.
That's it. Stop the count. So what?
And this is what I mean. I think.
Why are they throwing these?
W Gaming, we just go in.
They do close them out more than 70% of the time, and more than T1 actually managed to. So I think you have to give some credit to PRX.
Not to mention, PRX have been improving in that regard, right? They have been changing, they have been evolving, they have added something can move over to something he's more uncomfortable in. And we're seeing that sort of harken Paper Rex that is much more familiar. So going...
They've been banning the last couple of series in a row, and it's quite a good ban against T1. T1 taking analyzed pops on that. Fracture the choice for PRX. It's been a very solid map for them, but also quite a good map for
the Fracture pick, though. I think they're trying to play to their own comfort. We spoke before about how much
PRX is going to get the start on that defense. They've been playing that very fluid fade as well as KO comp, and then Lotus is going to be the decider there. That's another map that a lot of these teams, both of these teams have read quite a lot, but T1 I'm a little bit more convinced by. At the same time, though, I say that was at the end of the group stage there, so the third map a bit of a question mark for me, but the first map here, PRX picking into their strength, and a decent strength of T1 shows me that they're not scared of T1 in this series. They're not trying to play games too much with the veto. They're just saying, we think we can beat you on your Fracture, despite the fact that we played pretty close games against very good teams on this map.
Yeah, it's a comfort pick. It's a comfort veto. I feel like they're not even considering both of these teams, like the Neon, like the Vice.
I think also that T1 in Pacific, if ever there is a chance to strike at T1 for Paper X, it's now, especially since T1 have laid out all of the cards for them.
I mean, I'm going to say this as quickly as I can, but I'm a PRX believer. I have 5 words for you, brick by brick.
I believe... of the day, let's send it over to the stage for T1 versus PRX. Gotcha, fun. My turn.
Go ahead, stand your ground.
The Masters Bangkok champions are now facing elimination, but stakes like these are nothing new for T1. They have done this to get a global trophy.
Coming back from Bangkok, this T1 team said Pacific is a different beast. Just because they won there doesn't mean they can roll over everybody here. But I was, I'm sure they're hoping that it didn't play out quite like this, with them being on the brink of elimination here, having to win.
Dinosaurs. How do you like Tyrannosaurus Rexes? I love them. The once tyrants of Pacific. While they didn't start off stage 1 the way they wanted to, here's where they can hold down W in playoffs. Paper Rex, they know that the world is waiting for that big comeback once again. Does it begin here with this match all the way through the lower bracket?
Yeah, they've got a long run through the lower bracket. They've got a very difficult opponent to start things off as well, but these guys have had a lot of time to prep. They've had 2 weeks, and they're starting to play their way into form for a lot of those group stage games towards a style of playing that fits a lot of their strengths.
I love that zoom out, by the way, when they zoomed out and you saw Devi kind of in the middle cracking his neck. Man, what a way to start off a series here. Yeah.
So intimidating.
100%. Very, very scary. You know, he might go fishing and bring you up like a big, giant fish. Anyway.
Oh.
He's a fisherman! Devi is a fisherman!
Brick by brick, Morgan.
Brick
Come on,
by
man.
brick.
Sorry,